Hi everyone, welcome to Real Life Tuesdays. Today I have a little different topic that was kind of spontaneous because I was out here looking at my garden and I just started thinking about how my garden and in particular my tomatoes are really similar to humans, to people. So let's take a look. This is my lovely garden, part of it. And you'll see some stuff is growing. Those are my radishes. They're now flowering. So these I'm gonna wait until they go to seed and I'm gonna be able to get some great seeds for next season. I've got the beets are coming in really strong. And then let me come down lower and I'm gonna show you my tomatoes. So here are some of my tomatoes and you can see that I've got a couple of tomatoes growing and they're fairly thin and not too leafy and they go all the way back, kind of similar. Now, the interesting thing is I decided to plant my tomatoes here because I planted some here last year and they didn't do so well last year, but I thought I'm gonna give it another go. And this year I put on tons of great, really nutritious compost teas and, banana stuff. I mean, I looked up all the information to really ensure that the soil was good for what it was. And I really was nurturing these guys because I didn't want the same thing to happen that I had last year happen, which was I didn't get any tomatoes. My beets are growing really well in this location. My radishes did really well this year. And I've got some onions in here doing really well. I won't show you my eggplants because they didn't work. I tried last year again, didn't work that well. So I should have learned my lesson, but I'm still trying to figure out my garden space. So instead, I'm going to show you what else I did this year is that I created some other, this is my lovely little sugar peas. But they're at their last kind of leg, but there's a few there still. They were delicious. We snacked on those all the time. We've got my red currants and black currants. And these are my hot pepper plants. I'll show you those there. They're doing great, except I don't have any peppers yet, but they're just starting to flower. These are my green peppers. I gotta show you them. I'm really pleased with them. Look at this. Look at this great green pepper here behind this leaf. Look at that. And I've got so many of them here. If you can see, lots of babies coming in. They're doing great. All fresh soil in these canvas things. Great amount of sunshine here, doing really well. So what I had decided to do as well, don't mind the construction, is I thought this year I'm gonna really just hedge my bets and plant tons of tomatoes. So all along my house here, if you can see, starting from this corner here, all the way along, a little break in the middle, and then all the way to the end there are tomato plants. And you can see, I'm gonna show you, they look a lot different than the tomato plants I planted over there. And if you look in here, let's see if I can show you them. You can see some lovely red tomatoes are growing already. I've got tons of tomatoes. They're all at different stages, all different types. Tons and tons of tomatoes. So it started making me think about why, I'm just gonna give you a little glimpse here, more and more tomatoes, and they're growing really well. Oh, some more orange ones here. I'm trying to get the angle. There you go. That's going to be some funky video footage there for you. I've got my zucchini. My neighbors down the street gave me a couple of plants here. So these tomatoes were all started by seed, I wanted to let you know too, in both patches. I've got cucumber here. I've got another cucumber growing over there, zucchini. And look at this guy. Oh, can you see this? I'm gonna try to, can you see my big pumpkin in there, right there? Anyway, it's huge. It's getting huge. So back to my tomato plant analogy here. Why are the tomato plants doing so well? They are overflowing here in comparison to the tomato plants that I did over here. And it started making me think about, how we are, you can see all my construction in the backyard, how we are in life for people as well. You know, this is where I decided to grow them. I grew them from seeds inside, then I transplanted them out here. Did the same for all those. Why the difference? This wasn't the right location for them. They don't get the same amount of sun. The soil over there, I put more of the newer, richer soil in that patch. Gets sunshine all day long over there. Here it's kind of like so. Most of the time it gets sun, but not all the time. And it's funny how they grew so differently. Now I bet if I had transplanted these, when I saw that they weren't growing as fast, if I had transplanted them over there, they might have had a completely different growing experience. And that's the same as people, as humans. What we often do, it's our environment, you know, other factors outside of us that can really hinder our growth and development. And most of the time we are stubborn and we stick with what we've been given, what we know, what we're comfortable with, even though it's not going to allow us to grow and develop to our fullest potential. If we were to simply transplant ourselves and put ourselves in a better situation where everything was supporting our true growth and our true potential, how much better we would be doing. Now next year I'm actually going to be having to put more support around the whole area there, because I'm going to definitely grow my tomatoes in that same spot because they did so well. But they actually need something more. They need support and structure because they are just overflowing. It's like they flourish so much they don't know what to do with themselves. And that's also a very human trait too. Sometimes we just, you know, we need that structure and guidance. So there's so many different things that gardens can teach us, but I just thought it was fabulous to just see how different, because this was truly same seeds, same, you know, start to life, but in two totally different situations. Those tomatoes over there had some real life changes. You know, they were able to, and I bet if I had transplanted, that would have also been some real life changes for these guys, because they would have been given a different opportunity than if they just stuck with the same thing. And it didn't matter how much nutrients I poured into this location, it's just not right for them. And that's one of the things. Sometimes things just aren't right. And you need to be able to be open and aware and accept those different changes that you need to make in your life in order so that you can be like those tomatoes and truly flourish. Anyway, I hope this makes some sense, but I also got to share my garden with you. So growing your own food is good for you. It teaches you things in life. It gives you wonderful food that will nourish your body, your mind. You're connecting with the earth. So many positive things. And, you know, it's something that you can pass on and teach, because I can tell you, Nate loves this. My 8-year-old, he loves helping me out here in the garden. He loves seeing how everything grows. And he is so much more connected to the whole food system, the food chain. He understands how all that works. So anyway, there's my Real Life Tuesday thoughts, and let me know what you think. I'll talk to you soon.